Hello y'all, Tank Dipper here once again. I'm very excited today because we have a little bit different situation going on, something I've never done before. I've asked one of my fans to do a question and answer kind of deal, and it just so happens to be it's the same fan as last video, which is James Aarons. He's a pretty cool dude. I haven't met him personally, but he seems pretty cool. He's helped me out a lot. He's given me a lot of ideas for videos, and I just got to brainstorming, and this just happened to be a video idea, a question and answer from a fan. So I asked him to think of a few questions to ask me about anything. It doesn't really have to be about dip or anything, but so you know, he did. He asked me 5 questions, and that was probably him. Let me check that real quick. Nope, that was a girl. Anyway, yep. We kind of brainstormed questions and shit, and he asked me some pretty cool, interesting questions. You guys might think are interesting, or maybe not, I don't know. But once again, we are dipping on the Copenhagen Wintergreen in the camo can. I don't know if you can see that. I hope you can. This is a different one than last time. We actually have another can here. They're a little bit different. Oh shit, as you can tell. One's with like a tannish camo in it, and this one's just all green. Anyways, alright, so we're gonna pack a lip in and then get to the questions he has asked me. Spitting in the fucking old retired broken snap scuffed up mud jug. Alright, here we go. Put a little bit in. There you go. Before I put this in, I've been dipping for a while, and I've been putting it in the same spot, and slowly the salt in it has been eating away my gum a little bit. So I switched it to this side, and it's eating away at this gum a little bit. So I mean, it kind of hurts a little bit. It's nothing to worry about. That's just what salt does. But it kind of hurts a little bit. So if I switch them during the video, don't judge me. Just like that. Okay, so I wrote these questions down so I wouldn't forget them. Okay, so he asked me 5 questions. So the first one is, what is your favorite truck brand? Now, I'm a Chevy guy. As you guys probably know, in my earlier videos, I've announced that pretty well. I'm a Chevy guy. I'm a diehard Chevy fan. I love Chevy trucks. I love Chevy cars. I was just raised to be a Chevy fan. Don't hate. I mean, I dislike Ford. I mean, I'd drive a Ford, but it wouldn't be, you know, my favorite. They do make, you know, a tough truck. Ford is built pretty tough. But, you know, I just have to lean towards Chevy, just because, I mean, I like the style better, especially the, you know, the early, or the late 70s, the early 80s. I like those styles a lot. I just like them. I was raised to like Chevy, so there you go. There's not much to that question, but it was a question he asked me. Second question. How did your parents find out you dip? Well, this is a pretty funny topic. I started dipping at age like 14 or 15, somewhere around there. And, you know, I didn't dip at home because I was kind of afraid to dip at home. You know, so I'd just dip around my buddies while I wasn't at home or away from home or anywhere I could except home. So, I mean, I don't think they really knew for a while until I brought it into their house. And then eventually I think they just kind of started noticing things. I don't know. What I'm trying to get at is I'm pretty sure they knew before I knew they knew. So there's that. I mean, any of you that dip and don't think your parents already know, they probably do just to let you know, but they ain't going to say nothing. They're going to try to catch you in the act. But the actual day that my parents found out I dipped was when I was helping my stepdad put something in the back of his truck, and I had a dip can in my hoodie pocket. Well, I was up in the bed of the truck, and I set the whatever we were putting back there. I forgot a chair or a table or something, and I went to jump out of the bed. And when I jumped out of the bed, the can fell out of my pocket right in the driveway, right in front of my stepdad. And at that time, I had tonsillitis, and it was fucking with my throat all up. My throat hurt like shit. I had mucus, and it was a bad deal. And so when the can fell out, he was like, well, I thought that's probably what was fucking with your throat. I was like, no, it's tonsillitis. Anyways, so yeah, I was a dumbass, had the can in my front pocket. It fell out, so that caused a big ordeal for my parents to find out. They weren't really that I mean, they were upset just for the fact of how young I was. They didn't agree with it at all. They disagreed. And eventually, as I got older, my mom just said, you know what, as long as you ain't dipping under my roof, I don't care. Can't really do nothing about it. So that's how my parents found out I dipped. Kind of sucked, but now she don't fucking care. Next question. Worst fishing experience? This one's kind of a hard one because you have so many when you go fishing. Fishing's my favorite thing to do in the whole fucking world. I could go fishing every single day if I could. But I'd say my worst fishing experience was probably either when I had the biggest bass of my life on, and I was reeling and it went and flopped out of the water all pretty, did a little flippy in the air, and then came down and I lost it. That really sucked. Or it was when I felt the catfish hit my pole and I yanked up real hard and lost that son of a bitch. That sucked too, because I could tell they're humongous fish. It just sucks. No one really believes you, but it does happen. Next question. Worst hunting experience? Now this experience happened actually last weekend. For Missouri, opening rifle season was last weekend. This actually happened. So it was getting to be dark, probably about 6 o'clock, because it's daylight savings, it's getting dark early. No, I take that back, it was probably like 5:30ish. And I was walking up the hill from where my stand was, and I had just put the gun on my back, walking up this hill, and the next thing you know, I hear this frickin' deer running its ass off through the woods. I said, well, oh shit, everything happened just so fast. So it was running, and it was coming from my left, and this deer, this doe, it was a doe, it literally almost ran into me. It stopped about literally like 5 feet. I ain't joking. It stopped 5 feet from me. Like I could almost kick this sumbitch. It stopped 5 feet from me. My gun was on my back, and me and this deer were just sitting there fucking staring at each other for 5 seconds. And in my mind I was like, okay, so if I try to shoot this sumbitch, I'm probably not gonna be quick enough, and it's probably gonna run off before I get a shot. So while I was thinking that, we're just staring at each other, and this deer, I could tell the way it was looking at me, was just like, what the fuck are you? I ain't never seen nothing like you. It was the funniest thing. So, before I went to reach for my gun, it was too late. I mean, it sucked because the deer are fucking fast. It just fucking turns around, sprints the other way, hops through the fucking woods, and the next thing you know, it's gone. Couldn't even get a shot at it. I mean, I aimed at it. I wouldn't have been able to get a shot if I fucking tried. It was pretty dark too. But yeah, I mean that doesn't happen too often. That's like a once in a lifetime experience. Like for a deer being that fucking close to you, it's fucking amazing. I mean, it was awesome. We were just staring at each other, and it's like, oh shit, there's a deer 5 feet from me. This sumbitch almost ran into me. That's how close this sumbitch was. While we're talking about deer, look at this badass. This is badass, isn't it? That's a fucking deer skull. And then we got this one right here. Big motherfucker. Anyways, on to the next question. Worst work accident. I worked at Blue Beacon. That's been my only job. I got hired maybe last year in October, maybe somewhere around there. I got fired now, but when I worked there during the winter, we'd get up in the back of the trailers, do washouts, which you get all the way back in the trailer and you spray the water until you get all the gunk and shit and potatoes or whatever in the hell's back there. Just keep spraying until you get to the end of the doors, and you keep spraying. Well, anyways, it was so cold, and plus it doesn't help that this trailer was a freezer trailer to keep things cold. And it was in winter. But it was so cold that when I was spraying, the water was freezing behind me. So when I was spraying and I missed something to the side, I'd have to back up and spray it all again. Well, I mean, it was so cold that everything was freezing behind me, and I wasn't really paying attention. And I went to back up and slipped, and it was funny. I mean, we have to wear rubber boots, and rubber and ice don't mix very well at all, as you probably know. But yeah, I slipped a few times, couldn't get my balance. It sucked. It was funny. But yeah, that's probably my worst experience. Or when I was 12 foot with a 13.5 foot spray wand, because you get the top of the diesels. Well, I was spraying, and all of a sudden the wand lost water pressure, and it fucking smacked against the windshield. That was a bad ordeal. It didn't break, thank God, but still it scared the shit out of me. Yeah, it sucked. But there you go. There's a few things you probably didn't know about me that are pretty interesting. Thanks to James Aarons. He gave me these ideas and everything. Thank you so much, bud. Keep it up. Keep watching my videos, bud. Thank you. It really means a lot. And to anybody who hasn't subscribed, please subscribe. And I know I would do a full cam once I got past 50 subscribers. I'm pretty sure I did. I have to check, but if I have, I'm going to try to do that. My next video, I'm going to try to prepare for that. So thanks again. Keep watching. Subscribe. I'll see y'all later. And don't quit dipping. And have a very merry hunting season if you live in Missouri or any state that has hunting right now. Hope you get a big one. See y'all later.